Yo, what up fam? SeemlyTuber back at it again. Forget the hype, forget the trailers, forget the promises. We're cutting through the noise to give you the unfiltered truth about Tekken 8 over a year after its explosive launch. This is the reality check you need, because while the game is fire and some big issues have been addressed, it still has its unique challenges. But guess what? Heihachi and Anna are back. You heard that right, fam. You already know the drill. Stay till the end, cause we're breaking down what all this means for your fight stick. Let's get it. Okay, fam, let's cast our minds back to those glorious days leading up to Tekken 8's launch in January 2024. For real, Bandai Namco went all out. The initial reveal trailers, the character breakdowns, the developer diaries. It sent shockwaves through the entire fighting game community. We were all absolutely buzzed, hyped up for what was promised to be a major monumental leap forward in the franchise. The hype machine was running on all cylinders, and my personal hype levels off the chart, no cap. Those early trailers they showcased jaw-dropping graphics that genuinely made your eyes pop and your jaw drop to the floor. The raw power of Unreal Engine 5 was on full display. We saw incredibly detailed character models with dynamic sweat and muscle flex, stunningly vibrant stages that were practically works of art, and insane particle effects that made every hit feel like an explosion. Remember those destructible environments where you could literally smash opponents through walls and floors? That was pure genius, adding a whole new layer of spectacle to matches. Everyone was anticipating a massive jump forward in visual fidelity, and honestly, in that regard, Tekken 8 delivered beyond expectations. The game looks absolutely gorgeous, fam. That's an undeniable W. Beyond the visuals, the game was heavily positioned as a return to the series' roots, focusing on intense aggressive fighting. The dev team pushed the idea of aggression is rewarded, moving away from overly defensive play. They wanted to make it feel more accessible to newcomers. Get in there and mash, fam, just like the old arcade days, while still offering that insane depth for seasoned veterans to master. The initial vibe was pure, unadulterated energy, and the FGC was absolutely shook. Every character reveal, every gameplay snippet just added more fuel to that fire. We saw the network test, the pro players giving their early takes, and the community was just salivating for launch day. And I was in there at the network test and the betas and stuff. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. Now, the state of the game now is a different story, but let's get back into it. Alright. Now that we've been grinding Tekken 8 for over a year, let's peel back the layers and talk about the reality. While the visuals have undeniably impressed and are still goated for real, Tekken 8 remains fundamentally a Tekken game. It retains the core mechanics and systems that fans are familiar with, but with some spicy new additions that have definitely shaken things up. The biggest new mechanic introduced is the heat system. It's designed to be an offensive burst that lets you power through opponents, create openings, and really go for the kill. For many, heat makes matches feel more dynamic, aggressive, and incredibly exciting. It's a great comeback mechanic, and visually, it's pure flash. It adds a whole new layer of strategy to when you activate it and how you spend it. But let's be real, fam, this system has been a huge topic of debate on Reddit and X, formerly known as Twitter. Some folks argue that heat can sometimes be overused by certain characters, leading to predictable patterns, or that it might just be a little too strong, pushing certain characters over the top. You see complaints about brain-dead heat engages that feel unblockable, or how it affects the neutral game. That crucial back and forth positioning and whip punishing. While it certainly amps up the aggression and adds a ton of flash, it's definitely a polarizing feature that continues to spark debate. within the community. For me, I like the aggression, but sometimes it feels like a little too much juice in certain matchups. No cap. The base roster at launch was solid, showcasing both fan favorite returning characters and intriguing new additions. Victor was added. He brought that suave secret agent vibe with his unique sword and gunplay. Azazina was the coffee queen, all aggressive mix-ups and personality. And Reina, she's a total fan favorite, not just for her electric playstyle, but for her very clear lore connection to Heihachi. She's still a fan favorite, not just for her electric playstyle, but for her very clear connection to Heihachi. Bringing some of the iconic Mishima flair back. These newcomers are fire with their unique fighting styles and personalities, adding fresh perspectives to the complex lore. But here's the absolute biggest news for the roster, fam. This is what everyone was waiting for. Heihachi Mishima has made his triumphant return to the King of the Iron Fist tournament in Tekken 8. Remember all that talk about him being gone for good after Tekken 7? Well, Bandai Namco was like, nah, we need some more money. We need those sales. So yeah, they heard the outcry because the King of the Iron Fist himself is back and ready to throw some fists. And it's not just Heihachi. The silent assassin Anna Williams dropped in April 2025, and yesterday or the day before, I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, as of recording this on the 9th, Bakaram has just been released as well. So you could see a pattern with DOC Season 2 of characters that were in a previous game. That's all I'm going to say about that. Bringing her chaotic vibe and lovely Tom Bazooka to fray. Yes, her Tom Bazooka is very fun to play against. Nina's sister is back, and longtime fans are hyped for her iconic moveset. These returns are huge W's for the FGC. The raw emotion over their absences has now turned into pure hype for their returns. Now for the spicy part, fam. Because while Tekken 8 is a fantastic fighting game at its core, it's not without its major pain points that spark serious community backlash. This is arguably the biggest point of contention that blew up online, the microtransaction shop. For a full-price AAA fighting game, the initial cosmetic offerings in the base game were perceived by many as quite limited. Then Bandai Namco introduced a separate paid shop for more cosmetics, alongside a fight pass system. No cap, the community was furious about this. You saw tweets blowing up, Reddit threads dominating the front page with complaints like, Bandai Namco, greedy, we pay full price, why isn't this stuff free? And why are basic character outfits locked behind a paywall when older Tekken games had deep, free customization? Players felt they were being nickel and dimed for content that traditionally came with the base game or was earned through gameplay. The pricing of some items was also scrutinized, with many feeling they were wildly overpriced. This definitely felt like a slap in the face to too many dedicated fans who expected more robust customization given the franchise's history. It's an arena where Tekken 8 needs to prove it's truly listening to player feedback and adjust its monetization strategy if it wants to regain some of that lost goodwill. Like any live service fighting game, Tekken 8 has had its share of balance issues post-launch. While Bandai Namco has been consistent with patches, they were definitely periods where certain characters felt way overtuned. Combos doing too much damage, mix-ups being too safe, or specific tools feeling oppressive, and half the characters feeling like they came straight out of Dragon Ball Z. This led to meta shifts where online rank play could feel dominated by a few top-tier characters. You saw pros on X debating tier lists constantly and casual players expressing frustration in forums about certain matchups. While this is par for the course for fighting games, the early balance challenges combined with the monetization backlash did create a slightly rocky period for the game's initial months. The ongoing grind for the perfect balance continues, and the community is always eager for those patch notes to drop. Beyond the core online competitive play, Tekken 8 did offer other modes. The arcade quest served as a good tutorial and introduction to the game's new mechanics, which was a nice touch for the newcomers. The individual character episodes provided quick story glimpses for each fighter. And Tekken Ball made a return, providing a fun, goofy distraction from non-competitive players. These modes added some value, but the main draw is definitely the online experience and core fighting mechanics. Despite some of those initial concerns and the ongoing debates, Tekken 8 still has massive potential to be a major success and solidify its place as the fighting game GOAT for this generation. Bandai Namco has been rolling out post-launch support with balanced patches and content. We've seen some DLC characters like Eddie Gordo, Lydia, and Anna Williams drop, and Bakaram as of 2 days ago, each bringing their unique flair and shaking up the meta. And with Heihachi's epic return as well in Season 1, the roster is looking even more stacked. The community is always hungry for more characters, especially beloved legacy fighters. We're still looking forward to who else is coming for the rest of Season 2. We have one character that hasn't been announced. Is supposed to be an original character, so we're looking forward to that. And the anticipation for what's next in the future in Season 3 is real, fam. Now, Season 3 of Tekken. While it hasn't been officially announced yet as of July 2025, is practically a given for a modern fighting game. The community is already buzzing with speculation. What do we want? More legacy characters beyond Heihachi, Anna, and Bakaram? Obvious picks like Lei Wulong, or even a completely unexpected deep cut, or constantly debated. Maybe we get Ogre or something. I don't know. I can do with some Ogre play, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. That sounds fun. New mechanics? Could they introduce another Heat-like system, or just like throw the entire system out the window? I doubt that. That would be nice, but I doubt it. Or refine the existing ones based on feedback? Well, they're listening to all the wrong people. But yeah, it's a possibility. Better shop integration? This is key. Fans want more free customization, battle passes that feel more rewarding, and less aggressive monetization. They want to flex those drip outfits without feeling ripped off, no cap. New stages, more iconic locations to fight in would be nice. Still waiting on that Waffle House stage. Yep. Tekken 8 is going to be competing with other major fighting games in the future. So, staying fresh and listening to the community is vital. This game is a powerhouse, and the future content roadmap will be crucial for its longevity. So, what's the final verdict on Tekken 8? It's a game that undeniably generated a ton of hype, and honestly, for the most part, it has lived up to the expectations in terms of core gameplay, stunning visuals, and overall aggressive feel. And with Heihachi and Anna's return, two of the biggest initial missing pieces have been filled, which is a massive win. The game has many strengths. Those incredible graphics, its deep and engaging gameplay that rewards aggression, and diverse cast of characters. The online experience is mostly solid, allowing for endless ranked grind. But it also has some areas where it needs to prove itself, particularly with its ongoing balance adjustments to ensure competitive fairness, the future evolution of the Heat system, and crucially, how it handles monetization and cosmetics moving forward. The community on X and Reddit is very vocal about these pain points, and Bandai Namco needs to keep listening if they want to regain the massive goodwill they built pre-launch. Tekken 8 has the potential to be truly great as a fighting game, perhaps even the GOAT of this generation, but ultimately, its legacy will be determined by how it continues to evolve, how it addresses community feedback, and how it resonates with players over the long haul. I like it, fam. I put it a ton of hours, but it does have its issues. that need to be addressed for it to truly ascend to legendary status. What are your thoughts though on Tekken 8? Now that it's been out for a hot minute, did the hype deliver for you? What are its biggest strengths and what needs fixing? No cap. Hit the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Drop your main and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow me on X at SeemlyTuber1. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay gaming. Peace.